Taopi. This one is the hottest stock of the morning. TAOP. Taopi. Taopi. Right, launching the TikTok as well right now. And what were you saying? I used the Chinese DNA company. I was reading that, and but I'm still wondering why they need my semen. Mostly because they wanted me to film it as proof it was me. Okay. And release notes. This release contains performance improvements and issue fixes. Okay. Keep going. All right. It's downloading the latest version. Taopi. All right. Close this. Just to read off my couple of my tweets this morning. Warren Buffett says, let me put this on the other screen. Copy link. Open new tab. Paste. Boom. That link over here. Get really big or something. Warren Buffett says to invest in what you know. Have you ever heard him say that? He actually more or less said something else that's a little bit clearer and better. But invest in what you know, what you're familiar with, what he calls your circle of competence. So, but I posted, but he left out that you should know whether or not it's a good investment or a bad investment. So in other words, let's say you always buy Colgate toothpaste and you know that company, and every store you go to has Colgate, and so you know it, right? So you're like, Colgate, I like that company, I know that company. And then Warren Buffett says to invest in what you know. I don't put money into it. You also got to determine whether or not it's a good or a bad investment. So don't stop there. I said if you can't figure out which companies are bad investments, then you don't have the ability to pick winners over losers, regardless if it's something you are familiar with. So make sure to check yourself. Just because you're familiar with the company and you want to throw money at it doesn't mean it's a good idea. So always remember that. And Warren Buffett said, and this is another thing he said that is very good, comes from not knowing what you're doing. Let that sink in, right? So that was one post from this morning. Another one I was talking about was about chess, and I said, regarding mental accuracy when dealing with the mechanisms of our systems as traders, sometimes, frequently, we are not at peak mental accuracy, and we run the risk of mechanical mistakes, beyond just being able to see a chart, looks like a good opportunity, know to get in. Your mental accuracy, your execution accuracy between your mind and the outside world could not be high, and frequently it isn't at your peak. And you run the risk in that case, just like in a chess game when you're playing basically perfectly, you run the risk of a blunder, of making a mistake, of doing something that was a mistake, and that you'll now get destroyed from. And in the trading, that could translate to clicking the wrong button. In this case, I was responding to somebody who said they put in a limit order instead of a stop limit order, and so they looked back and they had sold their whole position and they didn't realize they had done that. They sold out of their position instead of waiting for it to stop out, and that just falls to me under the category of mental accuracy. And I say we have an excellent tool to measure your mental accuracy. It's called chess. I've been playing a few games before I begin my day to understand if I'm going to be blundering or highly accurate that day. And I've been changing my approach and risk size accordingly. I use chess.com, the app. Sign up for that if you can. and it can give you your measurements after every game if you click analysis. And once you're over 800, once you're over 700, approaching 800, around that region, your game starts to get tight enough that you can start to work on those little, like, minor extra things that keep you stable, and you're not just kind of still learning how to move pieces around and fucking up all the time. You've got everything under control. I found once you reach 800, after that, to keep going, you do need to make sure you're not blundering. Got your mental accuracy is high, and then you need to start incorporating better strategies, stuff like that, deeper strategies, bigger ideas, more potent concepts. So anyway, I said that you get yourself over that. It can take you a while, but you get yourself over that rating level, and from there you'll always be able to measure your mental accuracy for the rest of your life. And more accurately, because of both computers and because of both, you'll improve as a player as well, which will give you access to the rating of your mind, on any day, and that could help you when you get really old. You could track your mental state as your mind potentially. Some of us could potentially go through brain degenerative diseases and stuff. So it could end up being a real helpful tracker. Did I just lose internet? Hello, are you there, guys? Market's opening in 4 minutes. Is everybody there? Here. Okay. And then finally, I added to that, for example, I put an example. Here was a day where I was sporting pretty high mental accuracy. It's not impressive to good chess players, but I was getting over 80%, almost 90%, and in one example, a 93% accuracy in my gameplay repeatedly. And so I said that that allowed me to be able to trust my actions that day. And I knew my execution on tasks and skills throughout the day could be trusted more than other days. And so that means I can size up. I can count on good defense with my positions and my positions I'm entering. And I can sift through opportunities well and manage my positions with excellence, right? So that's pretty cool, Those are my posts of the day. So there you go. Make sure you follow me on Twitter X if you would like more of those kinds of fun thoughts. All right, we got 4 minutes before the open, and Taup, T-A-O-P, has broken VWAP, which is not the greatest sign. So let's keep an eye on it and see if we can get some more shape in the – yeah, right on, Mike. Robo, is that true, Marcus? Is it better now? Was that just a moment and now it's better? Yeah, pretty cool stuff. It's not better now. It's still Robo? Okay. I don't even know if I have another mic set up. We're going to have to go to the room mic then, I believe. Yeah. Is it good or bad, everyone? Is it glitchy? Let's get some second opinions just so I can make sure. Is my sound glitchy? Yes, it's glitchy, says Marcus. Anybody else? Because in case it's just Marcus's sound. Anybody else? Couldn't back that up? Dennis says it's good. RJ says it seems okay now. Mark says it's fine. Maybe you should re-log in, Marcus. And then tell me. It's good? Okay, I don't know. Okay, we're good. And usually it doesn't do that this early, so that's why I kind of was, I don't doubt you. I listen to you good, but all right, see you in a minute. All right, so anyway, Tau P, and we're also watching Meds and EOS. And let's get Tau P up here. Taup. I'm going to call it Taup when we're talking about it. Maybe I'll call it Tau P. Taoping. Taoping Incorporated. Before we go on TikTok, that's how we're going to be able to say that. Today we're trading Taoping Incorporated. No, that's terrible. I can do a better Chinese accent than that. That wasn't very good. I mean, I get a free, get out of jail card on that one because I grew up. My best friend is Chinese, and I love the Chinese, and so I get to have fun. It's like Mexicans make fun of themselves. Like you ever watch Mexican comedians? They make fun of their own Mexicano culture things. Like hitting each other with chanclas. I love you long time. Yeah, but that would have been Vietnamese. No, where were they in that? Was that Vietnam? Yeah, I was thinking about Full Metal Jacket, the second half of the movie. Who has not seen Full Metal Jacket? Who has not seen Full Metal Jacket? I'll tell you, with no spoilers, but I'll tell you something about it a little bit. Has anybody not seen Full Metal Jacket? RJ, have you seen Full Metal Jacket? Okay. But have you seen 2001? I mean, you probably saw that before Full Metal Jacket. All right, market's open. Let's watch this 1 minute open. Hold on, we'll focus. But it is going to probably be a low volume day today. The market did pop on some good news this morning, by the way. Well, it looks like everybody's seen it. That's good. All right, Meds is putting in some green. And if it can break the pre-market high of 1575, then maybe it'd be an entry. And actually, it's crapping out now. So no signal on Meds. No signal on EOS, which is crapping out. No signal on Tau P, which is crapping out. If you got anything else you want me to look at this morning, let me know. We do have some positions. Let's see here. One of them is not doing too good. Acer sitting in a not good place. Let's see how it performs. Get a little bit of a close-up look on that for a second. Let me know if anything's popping the 1 minute. What's going on with Acer? What is this? This is a 1 minute chart. It must be just so low volume. Weird that it's not even moving. It's almost acting like it's halted. Look at that EOS just crapping out. Meds bleeding out a little bit. Taup doing the same. A lot of bleeding out this morning. But, if you guys can get within the first minute or two or three here, me some ideas of what is doing well, I'll take a look at it and maybe it's an entry. It could be anything from Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, any of the big ones, all the way down to anything obscure. Let's stay on the ball and make sure that we're not missing anything. But Meds, EOS, and Tau P not happening. And those were some of our best examples. ADTX is moving. This bullshit move, I think, like today, I don't think it's really going to happen. But it is moving and maybe even halted, possibly halted. ADTX from yesterday. All right. I got 2 alerts on AGI going on. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Allow access. AGI. Oh, I just turned off my computer. Damn. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. AGI, what about it? 2.4% ADR. So we're going to edit that alert and click delete. That's no good. The ADR is too low. AGI, 2 more alerts on AGI. Get rid of those alerts. Do I have multiple? Good. Alert does not exist. Goodbye. I just not do the TikTok because it's still updating the app. ADTX is halted up. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't expect anything. You see, the thing is, the short squeeze can only happen once. Pretty much. because the squeeze comes from people getting out of their shorts. So if it's squeezed and then we bled out all the way back down, it's not going to squeeze again unless not everybody got out that first time and they were incredibly underwater. But the thing is, when it comes to big squeezes, okay, like that one, people are getting margin called in those situations. They're getting automatically taken out by their brokerages. So big squeezes, you can count on the fact that everybody got out. They were forced to get out, or they got out. And so when we come back down, there's no squeeze going to happen. At that point, we're left with just demand, which should be, maybe around a third or a half of what made the move, right? Because a lot of people are piggybacking on the squeeze, and then you've got no squeeze left, and you only have the piggybackers. And some of those people probably also lost their money. So there's less than original demand and no squeezers. So we're talking about it's just not going to happen. The only way it happens is if some manipulator names come in with some decent money, and it might not take much on ADTX. I don't know. I haven't checked the float information and stuff. But some manipulator names come in and they try to get it up above the high. So that's the opportunity, is that maybe some group or, market manipulator out there is going to use this to push it. But I think it hit 85 the other day. So that person's going to need, a lot. There's 100,000 shares float. And I don't know if that's been exhausted as well. So they're going to have to be buying from people who are going to be selling. The shares just might not be available. It might not happen. So, but it could. So just keep an eye on it. And obviously, if it breaks the prior high, then it's going to keep squeezing. For people who were in at that level short, and didn't take profits now, you see how ridiculous it sounds? It's just not going to happen. You get one squeeze per price range. And then they're squeezed out, especially if it's a big squeeze. So anyway, I did buy 5 shares of ADTX yesterday in after hours. I just bought a little nibble just to hold overnight in case it went to 2,000 and I'd wake up with $100, whatever the math is on that. Maybe it's $1,000. But I had made good money on it in after hours and stuff, so I wasn't really needing to mess around too much with it. So anyway, I'm sitting on 5 shares. So if it goes somewhere, great. I'm participating, and I can always add on, and you can make your decisions of the same. Something's moving here. BLRX. This is something that we were in a swing trade from 1 or 2 or 3 days ago. BLRX had an entry recently. What I also need to look through here is Catalyst Day Movers. We've got an updated list on that. Okay, BLRX. Oh, yeah, that's that domino level. It's following through with projected even higher end-of-day volume. Very nice. BLRX. We are up. BLRX. We are up 1.7%. What's going on here with this? Oh, that was, okay, an options lotto that I mistakenly bought. And I never sold it back. Oops. Well, anyway, it was only $20. Move that over to lottos. And BLRX, we're also looking at, we're up 3.4% on BLRX now. Yeah, BLRX is making new, looks like 52-week highs, just about. September 9th, we're making 51-week highs. This level here just popped. There it is. Now we're making 52-week highs. We just popped a level there. We're at 4% gains on BLRX. I'm going to go ahead and take out 5%. Who else is in that BLRX with me? Anybody else got that one? RJ, all right. All right, I'm taking 5% out right now. There we go. Now back to what else we got here? Acer, which is so strange. This low volume. Is it still at $1.07? Okay, Acer moving up. That's good. After pulling back all day yesterday. So Acer's giving a little green this morning. I'm looking for an exit on it though. What is my price level? 129. So, if we get into the 120s again, I'll probably be de-risking on that one. ADTX. All right, what's up with it? ADTX. No, it's out of the halt now, right? No, that's Acer. No, we're not out of the halt. We should be out of the halt, right? This is more than 5 minutes. It's 10 minutes in the first half an hour. I forget. I think it could be 10 minutes in the first half an hour when it comes to halts. Woo! The market just bleeding out. That's the end of the rally. The end. That's an island top reversal, and we're setting up for a 3-point swing reversal. That's the end of the rally right there. And I pretty much felt yesterday was the end of the rally. The momentum had been slowing. And then we're up more on GTech as well. We're up now 24% on GTech. Let me pull that up. I also need to see it on the daily. Okay. Pretty low volume. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive about getting out of this one. If I'm up 23%, that's it. I'm converting it to a runner. I'm getting out 55%. It just makes it a nice round number of shares for me. I'm going to keep, I think it is 500 shares. All right. Taking that out right now. Boom. Done. Converting that to a runner. It's now a runner. I've taken 50% on GTech. Is top curling up? I think it is, yeah. Runners. Yeah, but it needs to make a 4-point uptrend over VWAP if you're going to think that it's changing its sentiment. So unless it can do that, there's no signal. Don't be a bottom feeder, Ben. Bad stocks are bad for a reason. And good stocks are good for a reason. Okay, ADTX opened out of the halt, hit 42.49, but then it's now halted down at 37.34. I'm just going to go ahead and just put a market order in and liquidate it. No, I mean, for 5 shares, it really doesn't matter. Let's just see what the fuck happens. And then GTech, yep, got out of that one. We're up 23%. Yeah. BLRX, we took a little profit there. And RJ said something about Groupon. What about Groupon? I mean, I'm going to look at it. Groupon thoughts, maybe a cut with the market direction? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say definitively yet, but yeah, let me look at it. I mean, you got your head in the right place, I think. Yeah, let's just take our money back on Groupon. Put it to better use. Take the tiny little 2% loss. Because although there's a little bit of strength there, if you want to hold on there, because the market's making some. No, actually, Groupon's weaker than the market now that I look at it. Yeah, no, Groupon, that's a sell. Didn't work out. That's fine. Got most of our money back. I'm out of Groupon. I'm still messing around with being an Acer, which I think is still a loser, but it's popping up a little bit. Looking to take an exit on. I'm gonna hit 121 earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and put an order in to sell some at like a higher number, so that if it hits when I'm not looking, it'll take it. I'm gonna sell a quarter at, this is just for the day, 124. You see, so I could even make that 123, and I'd be happy. But if it's gonna hit 123, it's gonna hit 124. So I'll go 124. And that would be for a slight loss, but not very bad at all. All right, GTEC's still going. Just hit 28% on GTEC, and that's a runner, though. We've already taken 50%. It's looking good there. ADTX, Acer, BLRX. I'll just keep that up on screen as well. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to look at our catalyst days. Opportunities here. Anything that's in bullish formation would be green on the percent bull column here. We got Dell giving us some kind of signal. We just want to pull up the chart. Dell Computers, they had earnings, good reaction pre-market, post-market yesterday, and now they're having a great follow-through. This should have been something we were on. I mean, RJ is supposed to feed us the good ER reactions, but I'm not, we never really officially talked about that. But RJ, I know you scan the ERs every day, I believe. This is a good one, and we would have wanted to have gotten in at the 1 minute breakout, which would have gotten us in around 65. It's now 70, and it'd be nice to hold it. But the ADR is 3%, but it's doing 10% ADR today. Yeah, RJ, no answer. I'm in a meeting. Yeah, get off the pot and let us know. He's freelancing today. All righty. Let's see. But anybody, you guys, okay? If you know of any ER reactions, please let me look at them, especially from good companies. And this one's already in an uptrend. It would have been great. We missed it. Had to get in on the first minute, maybe around 64, 65. Would have been nice. It's at 70. Maybe it ends up at 75 by the end of the day, but it doesn't matter. It could go either way, but being in at 64, 65 is the best way to handle that risk. And then you're sitting on a big, nice, fat profit moving into day 2, which would be Tuesday, because Monday is a market holiday, you guys. Labor Day weekend, I guess. All right, next opportunity down the list is there's Dell, possibly NTNX, but it's not a very bullish formation right now. A little bit weak. Very similar. See that? Pop up on earnings. No, we need it to have Hari Arval, and there just isn't anything else down the list. No, that's it. That's literally it. Like, those are the opportunities this morning, and Dell is one of them, and we missed it. GTEC and BLRX continuing. Acer is pulling back a little bit. ADTX is still in the halt. Seems like 10-minute halts. Oh no, either that or it's going to come out of the halt any moment here. EOS a little bit. Okay, see how Tau P now is kind of creating that foot. Remember we talked about that foot? It's got like a little foot there, and might start making that 4-point uptrend over VWAP, which still is no guarantee because it's in the red at that point. It'd be a lot better if you could get over the open turn green and break a pivot like 557. So, but if you can find some kind of an early entry on Taup and you want to take the risk, I don't. If you want to take the risk, then any kind of entry here in the low base would be lower risk, higher reward. You just got to be defensive enough, have that mental acuity, accuracy to be defensive enough to get out lickety split on anything that's not going your way, because it's already saying, hey, we're not going your way. It's already saying that. And then you're saying, maybe it's gonna. And it's saying, but I'm not going your way. So if you're going to be an idiot, then you should at least have the mental accuracy to be able to defend your idiocy, right? Because it's literally telling you, I'm going the other way, and you're thinking, but, and it's like, no, we're going the other way, and then you're like, yeah, it looks like if, and then it's like, we're going the other way, and then you're like, fuck, Now you're trapped and underwater, and you didn't have the mental accuracy to, number one, not be an idiot, and then to, number two, be able to defend your idiocy. So that's what happens. And anyway, that's what's happening on TAOP. Speak of the devil. Speak of the idiocy. Yeah, Ben just got fucking hammered, needled. Being a contrarian, you need to see the bullish signal. Being a contrarian should not be about guessing that a knife is done falling towards your hand. It should be about knowing it stopped and turned the other way. Yeah, you can be a contrarian in that point, but that's because you're bullish, and you want to see the signs. You've got to have some kind of a signal. You can't just guess and it's bottom catch. And your signal shouldn't just be a double bottom, because that's not a bullish signal. That's just a point in a downtrend where the previous bottom, is currently being blasted through. It's a double bottom for a moment. There's no guessing. There's no guessing in baseball. There's no guessing in baseball. All right, but this is a hell of a day to maybe start shorting the market for a couple of days. That's something you could do. We've got, damn near confirmation on that. I mean, it's a very high likelihoods that over the next few days, we're pulling back. All right, so there you go. We're on top of every opportunity. There's really no opportunity. ADTX is completely failed out. So let's meet back up in the group, but everybody have a great 3-day weekend if I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And everybody look at Futu. Benjamin says something's happening on Futu. Okay, bye guys. You're welcome. Have a good one.